Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a rainy and wet Saturday. Oh, and the camera's fogging up. Hold on, let me clean you guys off. Camera's gonna fog up on me a little bit here. Oh no. There we go. So might have to do that one more time or so. Anyway, we are out on a job. I looked at this a while ago and I've just been running around trying to keep up with other things, and then the skid steer went down for like 3 weeks with the alternator and the sensor and all that stuff. So been trying to get back out here. Was supposed to go do another job out in Florence, but that ended up not working out. One of the things that infuriates me is, like, I set up a job, I schedule a job, I did have the equipment go down, I told him that. And then it was like Monday, I was like, I'm coming to your job on Thursday. He was like, okay. Thursday, I'm heading there. I text him, on the way. And he's like, oh, we got to hold off. And I'm like, now you tell me? That's infuriating. Please don't do that. So anyway, went and did the little deer hunting job. And now on this job, I've got both pieces of equipment out here. Oh, you're fogging up again. Hold on. There we go. So I got Big Munchie out here, got the skid steer, and I've got the Mini with the bucket. I got the mulcher for it too, but I don't think we'll need it. So let's take a look at what we got, and we'll get started. Oh, before we get started, I've seen a lot of comments about the TMC mulchers. I've been running the pre-noth on the skid steer. Yes, I still have both the TMC mulchers. I've just been running the pre-noth because some of the jobs I've been doing lately are these like underbrushing jobs, and they're in kind of tighter areas. And the pre-noth being a little bit smaller in width, it's just been a little bit more nimble, gets into those tighter spots between the trees. That's mainly why I've been using it as of late. It's just a little bit smaller head in the width, and it allows me to get into tighter areas. And then the reason I brought it out here for this job, this is not an underbrushing job, it is a clear cut job, but the teeth on the pre-noth are getting pretty worn, though they're not completely worn out. And the teeth on the TWF, the one that's got the door on the front, are completely shot, and then the other ones on the TWFL, one without the door, are still pretty good. And this job's got a lot of junk in it. I know we're going to hit some stuff, and I didn't want to tear up good teeth, so we're going to use the pre-noth because its teeth on it are getting pretty worn. So, and all right, let's just answer that quick question. Let's see what we got. All right, got the Mini here with the bucket, got the skid steer over there with the mulcher, and we got a backyard that is full of junk. I'm not messing with any of that stuff, but we got to go through here and go back into this area here, and there's just kind of junk everywhere. So we got junk. So if you come right behind this pile, we got a whole bunch of junk right here. So I got to kind of pick my way through here with the Mini and see if I can't start picking some of this stuff out, opening it up, work my way down in through here. I think that's all pretty clean through there. So, but I need to kind of just open this up a little bit and see what we're dealing with, and we'll start kind of mulching this out. So I got the Mini in case we need to pick our way through some of this stuff. I'm gonna try to open up this whole area through here because it's pretty light. We got some dirt piles here. We can kind of just knock those down, maybe clean this up. And they're trying to put a shop or a shed or something back in there to store some stuff, or open this up for storage. So all right, that's the job. It's probably gonna be a couple of days in here. We'll see what we can get done. Let's get started. Okay, we got this front area kind of opened up here, and this right through here isn't too overgrown. It's just a bunch of mounds of dirt and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just kind of rake all this out back this way maybe, or push it off that way, whatever I can, just kind of knock it down, open it up, and then we'll start working our way through here. But I already see, they told me there's a bunch of junk back in here, and I already see some more junk right back in there, you know. So what I'm gonna do most likely is, once I've got this open up, this is a nice big flat, will be a nice big flat area, and this will be kind of my lay area. So if there is any junk or trash or whatever, I can rip out what I need to. I can just stockpile it up here, and then just take the skid steer through here and mulch it down wherever I need to. And then other areas I can mulch with the skid steer, we'll just go through there and mulch. And if I need to rip things out, I can just stack them over here out of the way and mulch them later. So this is a vine and wisteria infested mess back in here. It's just nothing. That's what this stuff is. This is wisteria, and it is really tough to mulch, and it will take over an area like this. So that's what we got to do. So let's keep working back through here. The property doesn't really go that far that way, but it does go very far that way. The whole thing is about an acre. So I don't know if they're going to want me to do the whole thing. We're just going to kind of open this up and then see what they want to do. We'll see what happens. So let's get all this cleaned up, knocked down, and make it look good. All right, into the unknown we go. Fix the GoPro here while the mulch is firing up. Sure, yeah, you guys can see. So far, so good for the most part. I've hit a little bit of trash and debris, but I hit some concrete down there over there in the far corner. But that was about the worst thing that I've hit so far. I think we're kind of past. The only thing I know that there is like, there was like an old house or a shed or something back here with a bunch of brick, and they piled it up. They had a guy come in with a bulldozer years ago. Piled it up way back there in the back. I know where that is, so I'm not too worried about that. It looks like a big pile of dirt, but it's actually like a bunch of bricks and stuff. This place is just an unholy mess of wisteria. Oh gosh, let's suck that right in. There's so much wisteria and vines in here. A lot of it is wisteria. Most of the vines in here are wisteria, and they have taken over. Be mulching nylon rope if you're mulching wisteria. overgrown and they're real bushy, and then you take like, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out, half a dozen or whatever, and then you have like a way more open space than what you thought. You're like, oh wow, I got a lot of space here just by taking out a few trees. All right, well, that's it for this Saturday. I'm gonna combine this video into one, but good progress. That's basically the property line right there, not that orange tree. I don't know why somebody marked that orange tree, but right next to that little pond back there is the property line. So this section is basically done. Where I've got it stopped back there, that's basically the backside property line. That's basically that property line. And I've just got a huge pile of crap here to grind up. And then I'm gonna try to clear back this way a little bit, get some of this cleaned up. But the teeth, so all this down in here, so that is a big pile of concrete and from an old building or something. But all of this down in here, this is why I didn't mulch any of this. It's all concrete and brick. It's everywhere. So, but I got into a good bit of it right in here before I figured it out that it was all up in here. I thought it was just some random pieces. So this is all wisteria. So I've got to get those teeth good and sharp to be able to cut through this stuff. I've also got to take down that tallow tree and get it ground up. So the only option I had was to come in here with the mini and just rip all this out as much as I could. But I'm gonna have Greg come in here. He's gonna spray all this for them and kill all this wisteria and this other crap. And then they're probably gonna have to backfill a good bit of this with dirt to be able to store. They're gonna put a fifth wheel up there and then store some other stuff down in here. So the other issue is something caught this hydraulic line right here. I didn't even see what it was, but it's not gushing oil, but she's got a decent little leaky leak. Oh, I lost my cotter pin too on my pin. I just noticed that. I'll have to get another cotter pin. So they sell those at the hydraulic shop, actually, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this line and we'll go to Carolina Hydraulic Hose first thing Monday morning, get a new hose. Luckily that's no big deal. I could keep running it for a little bit. I mean, it looks like a lot of oil, but it was just more kind of dripping. Looks like it's coming out of there, right there. I didn't see a tear or a rip. That's where it looks like it's coming from. It's got a little nick right there, but that's been there for forever. I don't know. Random stuff happens when you're in here digging around these vines and trees and stuff. You know, stuff just gets nicked on these hydraulic hoses. So it happens. Let me get that disconnected and we'll come back on Monday and I think we'll be done. And then I'm waiting to hear back. The neighbors got some work over there they want done, some mulching work, and I'm trying to see if they'll just let me do it while I've got both machines here. So hopefully, fingers crossed. So we'll be back Monday, get this done. Okay guys, back on a Tuesday. I was trying to get over here on Monday, but we had a tropical system kind of form, kind of last minute offshore. Nothing major, it just peed rain all day yesterday, pretty heavily at times. So I didn't want to come out here and just work in pouring down rain, and I wouldn't have been able to really film. So we're back on Tuesday. I ran some errands yesterday, went and got a new hydraulic line for the Mini, went ahead and replaced that really quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start grinding this up and we'll get that taken care of, and then we'll start working on this little bit of stuff over here, not too much over there. And then they wanted me to kind of just maybe go back in here a little bit and clean that up. It's not far to the property line, so they're just that little kind of section there. So we'll clean that up, and then I gotta take down this China berry tree right here. It's gonna go down. We'll grind it up as well. So let's grind up all this stuff first, make some room, and then we'll start in that corner over there. Get this tree. There's a stump there too, and then we'll start back over there. right, all right, all right. That is the job. So just got both machines blown off and blown out really quick. Got them cleaned up. And yeah, got this whole section over here cleaned up basically to the property lines. As close as I could get. There's an old fence back there, and a lot of, I hit chicken wire, I hit brick, I hit a tire, I hit all kinds of stuff in there. And then that's just a big pile of bricks and wire right up in there too. Big bunch of mess. So I had to rip that out and just lay it up in here and grind it up. The GoPro cut off on me right as I was getting ready to grind it up, but got all that cleaned up in there. A little bit back behind there as well. But yeah, this turned out, for what it was, turned out pretty nice actually. All in all, this cleaned up quite well. So what's going to happen in here is they've got to use this for storage. They're going to be storing some stuff in here, some equipment and vehicles and stuff. And so I'm giving them landscaper Greg's number so they can, at least in the meantime, have this sprayed so it doesn't grow back. And then he's going to give them a quote on what it's going to take to fill all this up, level it out, bring in some fill so they can get some stuff down in here, you know, because that's just all a bunch of brick and ruts and mess from that guy with whoever they brought in to do the dozer work to push all that rock and brick and concrete into that pile. He didn't do it worth a crap, because that's all nothing but concrete and brick down in there. It's a mess. And then there's another big pile of it right there. I mean, I don't want to, let's just not go there. But I was going to spread this pile of dirt out and level it out, but it's up here on the high side, and I thought, well, if they're going to have this all leveled out and filled in anyway, they could take the skid steer or whatever and scoop that up, maybe put it down there in that hole, because that's probably close to a full dump truck's worth of dirt right there. So not wasted up here on the high side. It's not really doing anything, hurting anything right there at the moment. So, but yeah, this turned out well. Got all that mulch down. There's a nice bed of mulch in here. If they're going to bring in dirt, you're going to need a lot of dirt to cover over this mulch. Otherwise, I would scrape it up and scoop it up and then pile it up back there in the back or something like that. Get it back down to decent dirt and then bring in new dirt and cover it over. But you'd have to bring in a lot of dirt to cover this over, to make it where it wouldn't come back up through the ground after it gets, like, after it settles and stuff, like several feet, I would think. So I don't know if they're going to want to do that much dirt, but this turned out nice. Got those chinaberry trees down, got that stump ground up. This looks good. This will do. I wish I could have ground all that back up in there, but it wasn't doable. I ripped out what I could, but there's just too much brick and rock. The teeth took a beating in here, and I knew that they would, and that's why I didn't bring the TMC, because I would have had to put new teeth on it. So these are already about half worn anyway, so I was like, screw it, we'll just use these half worn teeth. And they took a beating, but they got the job done. So that is that. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I'm going on a little mini vacation. Sorry, the gnats are horrible out here today. Going on a little mini vacation with my family starting tomorrow. So you guys will see this video probably on Sunday. I got one video coming out on Thursday, and I got another one coming Sunday. This will be Sunday's video. So, all right, and then we'll be back to work on Monday. I'll be coming back out here to pick this stuff up, and we'll see where we're going from there. So stay tuned. I will check you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.